Hi everyone, it's Sunday, it's the 19th of January and I just had to do a video. This is a very different video to what I normally do, as you know, as you can see. I normally do the 5-minute news update. I've not done it for a few days because of a bereavement at work. It's been a difficult period and I've just been busy and I just haven't had time to do it. So I'm back in today, and the reason I'm doing this video today is because of the performance and the result against Newcastle, which was hugely disappointing yesterday. I've seen plenty of stuff on social media. I've seen plenty of comment on other people's videos and their vlogs about the situation at the moment. And I felt as though I had to do a video just to get my message across, just to see if there are people out there that have the same sort of opinion as me. It's not going to be 5 minutes. It's going to be extended. If you like this video and the format, smash that hell out of the like button. I'm going to go for 200 likes today if I can. This is Newcastle 1, Chelsea 0. And this is the Chels Daft post-match review. So what do we think of the performance and the result yesterday? Dire in both senses of the word. I mean, look at the team selection. It was strange. And this is my first point that I have to make. Now, before I make the point, let's just reiterate the situation with our season. Because there are people out there on social media that seem to forget this and seem to have this impression that Chelsea just have the right to turn up to games and win them, which is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to be that way. We have to earn the right to win 3 points, and we have to understand where we're at currently as a team and as a squad and our expectation levels this season. So, for example, think of the situation at the beginning of the season. All of us would have said we'd have taken top 6. Challenge for the top 6 has been great. We're above and beyond that. We are currently 4th. The teams around us are also faltering and we're 4th. So we're above expectation. Frank Lampard also mentioned the fact that there's going to be bumps along the way. We've had a lot of bumps along the way because this is because of how our team's evolving and the situation with young players coming in and bedding down and getting used to the Premier League. This first season is going to be up and down. We all knew that. We all should expect it. Yes, there's been great performances, brilliant performances, but there's also been some that have been dire, and yesterday was one of those. Now, this leads me on to the point I was going to make about the way we play and our formation. Now, it literally does my head in that we are sticking with 4-2-3-1. The 4-2-3-1 formation, especially against teams that we know are going to set up defensively against us, because it doesn't break teams down. What happens is what happened yesterday. Our attacking three, playing behind the striker, they push up. And what they do, they push up into a team that has either a flat back 4 or 5 defenders with loads of midfielders sitting in front, and they just push into space that isn't there. And so what happens? The likes of Jorginho, our back 4, the 2 fullbacks, for example, they pick the ball up, look forward, and there's someone standing there with a bloke up his arse. There's no point in playing that formation. It does not work. And yesterday, I have to say, I was disappointed that we did it. I was disappointed that Frank Lampard chose to play the 4-2-3-1. I think we still need perfect balance, which we're looking for. In some games we've had it, some games we haven't. In this particular game, I keep saying it, 4-3-3, or even a back 3, with wing backs, 3 midfielders, and then 2 in behind the main striker, playing free to move people about. And that's Chelsea's biggest problem at the moment, is that we haven't got enough movement. People look at the likes of Man City and Liverpool. Okay, Liverpool are tried and tested over the previous 4 or 5 seasons. They've got used to the way that Klopp wants them to play. As with Man City, now look at Man City against Man United, for example, in the League Cup the other week, 2 weeks ago. Didn't play over striker, and it baffled everyone. But what they have is constant rotation of players and positions. At one point, Sterling was on the left, then he was through the middle, then he was on the right-hand side. Bernardo Silva was doing the same thing, and De Bruyne. It's constant movement, constant rotation, and creating space in front of people's back 4s. Chelsea don't do that. We haven't got enough movement up front. And that's been the biggest problem for us when we play against these teams that set up defensively. And it's still something that we need to strive for, that we're going to be looking to build on over the next 1, 2 or 3 seasons. It's something that doesn't come naturally to the players that we've got in attacking areas, and it's something that we're going to have to adjust to. Will he sign a new contract? Hopefully he does. He's in, and he'll be here, and he will look to move on to rotate. At the moment, the attacking players, especially the wingers, will play half of a half on 22, 23 minutes. They switch, and that's it. It's rigid. There's no fluidity. There's no freedom, and that's been the problem. Now, for me, as I say, this formation 4-2-3-1 bin it doesn't work. It really, really doesn't work, and our two midfielders are then exposed. Jorginho yesterday struggled because he had no balls to play. We tried to play the odd ball over the top and it come nowhere because Tammy and the attacking players were just marked out of the game. So it didn't come to anything. So Jorginho struggled to get his balls forward. With Conte playing next to him, Conte's the man that can go and push. And he did. He had that chance in the first half where he should have squared it. He had a shot and the goalkeeper saved it, made it easy. He had an option for Tammy Abraham, who was busting a gut to get into the 6-yard box, or put it back to Mason Mount, who was unmarked on the penalty spot. In certain situations, Chelsea have become greedy in attacking areas where there's a better ball. But that's another argument. That's another discussion. So yesterday, Conte was going, but he's just adding to numbers that are already being marked in the game. And so that's why we're passing the ball backwards. That's why we pass the ball sideways. I'm not going to sit and dig out individual players like other people are doing, because everyone's to blame. The situation that we know with our defence and the problems that we have with this chopping and changing, the one weakness we've had with no matter who plays there is we are at risk from set pieces that are pumped into the box because we quite simply don't have the organisation at the back, we haven't got the voices at the back, and we haven't got the players that are tall enough at the back. You've got Rudiger and you've got Zuma. Apart from that, who else have you got of height apart from Tammy, who will always be the striker that stands on the near post, because that's what strikers do. Apart from that, we're struggling. That goal yesterday was second ball into the box. We're trying to squeeze up. No one's picking up their man. Ball comes over. Yes, the goalkeeper should have come off his line and claimed it. Should have done, definitely. But he's got confidence in the defenders in front of him to deal with it. They didn't. They are both to blame. The goalkeeper and the back four, whoever was marking Hayden yesterday, switched off. There's no organisation. There's no one literally moaning and bellowing at people to get people in position. The JTs of this era, of this team, are long gone. We need someone in there that's strong, that will organise, that will talk and will literally give people a kick up the arse, because we haven't got that at the moment. So, to yesterday, and my argument, why was Mateo Kovacic left on the bench? Mateo Kovacic, for me, is the most dynamic midfielder that we've got, with the ball at his feet. Yes, N'Golo Conte is world class at what he does, winning the ball back, winning tackles, getting everywhere over that pitch. But when it comes to end product, there's no one better than Kovacic. And that game yesterday was crying out for Kovacic to come on. 4-3-3, in my view, was the way to go. Callum Hudson-Odoi, at the moment, doesn't work enough getting back. Doesn't do enough defensively without the ball. So at the moment, I think he's a luxury player. Yes, he's done well the past couple of weeks, but I think he's luxury. In games such as that, where you have a go, and it's obviously not working the first half. He's not getting to the byline. He's not taking people on. He's not causing and creating problems enough. Take him off. Make the switch. Put Kovacic in. Put Mason Mount left. And put Willian on the right, or put him close inside as two number 10s to Tammy Abraham with 3-man midfield. That's what we should have done yesterday. Even as I said earlier, 3-man defence, 2 wing-backs, 3 midfielders, and then Willian and Mount playing as 3 number 10s with licence to roam behind Abraham. That would have caused them more problems thinking about it, because the 2 wing-backs would have been wide. They would have to deal with the problems wide and the 2 number 10s. It would have caused much more problems than what we did yesterday. But as I said, yesterday's the problem. It highlighted the problem that at times Chelsea move the ball too slowly. They don't move the ball quick enough. Yes, it's difficult when you've got teams that line up in a bank of 8 or 9 players behind the ball, but you have to make them work. You've got to move them around. But when you move them around, you've got to move the ball quick to make sure that you're literally keeping them on their toes and working them to make them tired. They've got to keep chasing, move them side to side. Quick, incisive passes. There wasn't that yesterday. And then you add to that moments when you do get into the final third and you either play the wrong ball, the cross isn't good enough, or you're too greedy. And you should have played your mate in, but you didn't. That game yesterday, you could see the longer it went on that Chelsea didn't have a clue as to what to do to break them down. Ross Barkley came on and was a good spark. He was looking to try and do something. He's had a good few weeks, and whether or not the interest from West Ham is giving him a bit of a jolt, I wonder. But he come on, he looked to create and craft, and he did well. But then you look at the other players that came on and didn't really do a lot. I mean, Emerson, should he have started the game? When you're playing against teams that have got those players sitting in defensive positions and being as negative as Newcastle was, why not go Emerson and Reece James and play Aspi as the third defender? Or give Aspi a break? We needed to be more dynamic. We needed to be quick with our passing. We need to be moving the ball about and moving the defenders around. That's what we need to learn. We need to look at the likes of Man City and what they do. They're constantly evolving. They're never static. And the amount of space they create is outstanding. Chelsea are a long way off that, but we're a developing team. And that's important to point out. And it's important for everyone to remember. It's not something that's just going to click and happen overnight. We would have taken top 6 to try and get into the Europa League at the beginning of the season. Now we're 4th and we've still got an opportunity to get into the Champions League and, who knows, do well in this competition this season. But let's get some perspective. There are areas that would need to be improved constantly. We all know that. Defending set pieces. Goalkeeper needs to come off his line more. Needs to be more commanding. We need more voices at the back. We need to move the ball quicker. We need to get rid of the 4-2-3-1. It doesn't work. And we need to move on that pitch and create opportunities with our movement without the ball. And finally, we need to get into the mindset, if there's someone in a better position, pass it to him. Don't take a shot on from ridiculous angles. That's what led to our downfall yesterday, and fair play to Newcastle. They were negative. They were the most negative we've probably seen in most of the season so far, but they played to their strengths on the day, and they knew if they had a chance at a set piece, it would cause us a problem. It did. They scored a goal last minute, or in the last minutes. They nicked the 3 points. We come back home from Newcastle with literally nothing. We've only got ourselves to blame. That's it from me. Different video. I just had to get it off my chest. So if you like the video, do me a favour. Smash the hell out of that like button for me. Remember, I'm looking for over 200 likes on this video. And while you're there, if you haven't done it already, subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss anything. This is a different video. It's an extended video, part of my extended series on the channel. Normally, it's 5-minute news updates every day at 12 o'clock UK time with all the latest news and transfer speculation. Let me know what you think about anything discussed on this video. Post your comments below. Subscribe. Smash that like button. See you all tomorrow.